if your business is already established and you're selling D2C, you can unlock serious growth by just enabling B2B for your Shopify store.
Welcome to Helium's Hot Air Show. My name is Benjamin Thornburg, and beside me yet again, the man who has dreams about Toyota's JDM 3S GTE engine, Josiah Hubbard.
Helium's Hot Air Show.
How do you know about my dreams?
I know about your dreams, man. We're doing this. It has been a big week for everyone in the Shopify sphere. We had a partner town hall meeting. Shopify released Tinker on the mobile app stores. Markets are now live in the Shopify admin, and today Shopify just dropped a bombshell of an announcement for everyone here at Helium and across the Shopify ecosystem at large. Josiah Hubbard, the honor is yours. What bombshell did they drop?
B2B is now generally available on all Shopify plans.
Fantastic. You could have done the announcement voice.
Coming this summer.
This is a significant shift in Shopify's product strategy because you're moving all of your B2B on Shopify features previously exclusive to that super cheddar cheese pricey Shopify Plus merchant plan to every plan, including basic, grow, and advanced. And I really feel like the core messaging that I got out of it was Shopify is removing the paywall for their wholesale tools, and they're treating B2B, I don't know, like a cornerstone, like a foundation of commerce rather than an enterprise-only luxury.
100%. And, you know, if you look at wholesale in the digital space is continuing to grow year over year. I forget the exact stats, but it's at least 15%, I think, the last I checked. So that kind of growth year over year is insane in this industry. It's not going anywhere, and it's really cool that Shopify is taking this direction because it just means that it's now available for everybody.
Talk to the merchant that's just selling D2C and talk about the difference, because reordering is going to be huge. B2B is built on repeat business. It's something like 4.1 times increase in reorder frequency on B2B compared to DTC. So 4 times the amount of increased repeat sales are happening in the B2B space. Speak to a merchant that's like, I don't know if B2B is for me. I don't think this really affects me.
Yeah, it really depends on the industry. Let's say you're a CPG brand and you have a consumable product and you want to make sure that your wholesalers have a chance to continue to rebuy from you. So for B2B, what that does is it unlocks your growth potential by what did you say? 4%?
4%? Yeah. 4 times,
not
4%.
Yeah.
4 times. It's 4x.
4x. So like if your business is already established and you're selling D2C, you can unlock serious growth by just enabling B2B for your Shopify store.
What Shopify did, and I want to kind of break this down even more, instead of looking at that $1,000, $1,500 a month Shopify Plus plan cost, where you would have to sit down and really think about your business model and say, is this worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze on us shifting over to Shopify Plus just to get these B2B features? Now you can do it without that investment. You can kind of wade into those waters without worrying about adding that cost to your business every single month. So it really is a great opportunity for established businesses and for those just up and coming as well to see if they can generate some more of those repeat sales because of B2B purchases. Let's talking
to the CPG brand again. So the one thing that I'm really hopeful for this year is unlocking the Subscriptions API to work with B2B orders. They don't right now. That could also unlock a ton of just automated reordering for B2B. I think with this expansion for all store plans, all Shopify plans getting B2B, it makes me wonder if this is coming sooner than later, but that would be a huge unlock.
Natively, you're talking natively in the platform without using a third-party app.
Well, no. Even third-party apps, they can't
because they can't access the API.
No, there's no API for B2B.
Whoa, okay.
It's a caution to throw out there that if you're hoping to do subscriptions for B2B on your current plan, last I checked, it's not available yet, but it is something that a lot of partners have been asking for, specifically for B2B.
I would like to talk pain points in company management and approvals, because that's something that's going to happen to merchants that haven't really waded into the B2B waters before.
Absolutely.
And that's a big deal. So let's talk about that for a little bit. We are going to plug our app Onboard B2B because we created this just specifically to remove some of these pain points and friction points that you may not even know exist currently. So let's talk about pain points.
On Shopify's own feature for B2B. They plug Shopify Forms, and it's a decent product. I really do like it. Where they attempt to bring in a B2B customer to your store, they're going to create the company with no ordering permissions. They're going to assign the person who submitted the form to that company location as the main contact, but they can't do anything with that until the merchant comes in and adds their ordering permissions. If you can imagine, you get, manually. So if you can imagine, you get 100 of these applications, if you will, in a week. Managing that has just become your full-time job, potentially. It's adding more work to your workload. You can use Flow to try and automate some of that, but even still, like having a complex Shopify Flow alongside Shopify Forms, it's a lot of work. Our product is designed to make that process so much easier for you. Customer, I should say, will come in and submit an application via our product, and that application goes into our system, and we don't add the company to Shopify until you're ready for that company to be added to Shopify. All those companies that are added by Shopify Forms that you have to go in and manually either set their order permissions and approve them for buying, you also have to delete the companies that you don't want in there. And so it's a lot more cleanup work for you, the merchant. Our product is designed to make it so much easier for you to let the right people in and deny the people that shouldn't be in without even reaching Shopify.
In addition to just the approval features, we also allow company contacts to manage locations, invite team members, and define their roles. So if someone reaches out and says, hey, I'm no longer with the company, I'm moving on, you have to look at, CC this person, they're now in my position. Instead of you having to go in there and manually do that, which happens all the time, they get to do that on their side. This is all on the merchant side. So if they have a typo or anything, it's on them. It's not up to you to sit there and say, like, what is this email address? What are the permissions? They can give permissions, invite team members, all from inside when they log into their Shopify site.
We call that self-serve. The business owner or the operations manager of that business is able to then have an account on Shopify with a company and add and remove people from that location when they come and go. And it makes it so much easier. So you don't have to get into the weeds of managing this other business that you have a relationship with. It's giving them the tools to do self-service properly.
So this is all stuff that in the B2B space is, if you're in the B2B, you're like, yeah, this is a Tuesday for me. If you're not and you're looking at this new announcement, Shopify B2B being available for all plans, and thinking I might need to get into that, there are tools available. Onboard B2B is built for Shopify. We spent a lot of time making sure that is going to work as seamlessly as possible on the platform. Josiah, what are markets and why should we care? That is on our things that just got released. I saw that in my Shopify admin and I was like, oh, look at this. What is this?
Yeah, I was watching it update. Like I had it in my store and it didn't see markets for a couple minutes, and then when I went back, refreshed my page, it was there, and it was awesome.
Yeah, Christmas.
Markets is a brand new thing in Shopify. We've been playing around with it for I think the last year and a half in our dev stores, but having it be available to everyone now it's a huge unlock because you get to now specify shipping profiles, what products belong to a market, what region you want to service in that market. So it's a good way for you to compartmentalize not only your storefront, but also just your admin experience for the different markets you want to actually go towards. An
ability to segment your store shopping experience based on a market or location.
Exactly. So when you have a market in Shopify created, you should already have at least one or two set up by default. So that would be, if you're in the US, you'll have United States market, and then you'll have an international market. So
you can check this out right now in your Shopify admin. If you go to admin, it's going to be in the top left, and it'll say markets right there. If you can't find it, go to your superhero sidekick and say, hey, where are my markets? And it'll lead you right there.
100%. The one thing also to keep in mind is that with markets, you also can modify your storefront based on those markets. And so when you're in your theme editor, at the very top, you'll see United States market. If you started your business in the United States, there's a little like world icon. You click on that. There's a drop-down menu that will show you all the markets available in your store that you've set up. So in this case, let's say you set up a market for B2B. You'll be able to select B2B and then modify all the sections and blocks in your theme to essentially showcase content and products for B2B. And then for non-B2B customers, you can keep your storefront exactly the same or modify it. If you haven't played around with that yet, I highly recommend checking it out. You don't need to do crazy liquid stuff anymore to just do extra personalization based on markets or even users. So I highly recommend checking that out.
Yeah, it's a big deal. There are entire I would say even app ecosystems, not just apps, that were designed around getting multiple markets from a single store in Shopify not too long ago. And Shopify has this for everyone right now. It's crazy times we live in. So take advantage of that, at least play around with it. We're going to move to the town hall summary briefly. The town hall is Shopify's partner town hall. So they're speaking to someone like us, app developers, not directly to the merchants. We're going to give you a little bit of a peek behind the curtain of 30,000 feet. What it looks like is a few things to take away. They know the app store is getting crowded and harder to find apps that actually help you. We talked about the dangers of vibe-coded apps last week with Matt. I'm going to link that episode in the show notes. It's worth the listen/watch.
That was a great episode.
Thanks, man. It was a great appreciate that. Did you comment?
I did.
Okay, perfect.
I think so.
Other thing is agentic shopping is moving online shopping from just throw your money at ad spending to more of what they call merit-based shopping. And what that means is the best products, the ones most beloved, most reviewed, with the most information about them, are going to be the ones that win as people are asking these AI agents about certain products. Which is the best insert here, the best hiking backpack, the best pickleball paddle, whatever, for someone very specific, right? Very, very niche specific, for someone who's 5'1" and 115 pounds or whatever. That's where these small brands still can win. And like I said, you should listen to the last episode because we get into that more. So that was Town Hall's summary. They had 500 questions. How many did they answer?
3.
There it is. So there was a lot of waiting for that. The last one is Tinker. Tinker is now live on mobile app stores. What Shopify did was they collected 100 AI tools for you to brainstorm with, and they put them all in one app. It's mobile only, so there's a little bit of clunkiness if you're only desktop at your work, which a lot of us are, but you have to get your mobile out, download the app. Instead of just throwing another giant, this is AI, just use it, toolbox at you, because I'm sure everyone's getting sick of it, I want to give you 3 use cases that you can take home right now with Tinker and do for free, because they aren't charging for it until it becomes very expensive for them to keep this thing going. I have a feeling we are all talking in the office and we're like, oh, they're going to charge for this event. They have to. Like Sora went down this week because it was just a cash pit, and they were like, nope, we're no longer doing Sora. The first thing that you can do is you can upload a product and use the social media ad generator, and you will see someone talking about your product whilst holding it or wearing it or whatever it is. Someone, and it's crazy. The voice tones, the inflections, the way that they look at it, they're like, this is the best coffee mug I use. It's a little bit like dystopia, but it's also
That's
great.
the first word that came to my mind.
Yeah,
too.
but it's also great if you're bootstrapping and you're a small company and you want to produce product, because again, remember the merit-based shopping, it's the stuff that's getting talked about the most that these AI models are scraping and putting forth in agentic shopping. So take advantage of that while it's free. Get those products on there and make some videos. Number 2, use the product lifestyle shot app and see if you can't get some amazing professional looking product images for your store.
I'm blown away by how AI has improved on that specific front, because like when this all first started, like I would upload a product image and it would mess it up. Like if I had this shirt on and I took a picture of it and uploaded it, it'd be like VLO37. It's like, that's not even close.
And put like a pigeon up there or something random. Like it would just be so weird.
Exactly. But like using any tool right now, it feels like we're in the future. And this tool alone is like next level cool.
It's pretty mind blowing.
I haven't played with it myself, but I have seen it and it's awesome.
Finally, if you struggle with naming your products, you can upload a product image and use the product name generator app, and it'll give you name options and the reasons those names work or don't work, which is pretty fun. I like how it justifies the names that it comes up with. It's like, this is professional, but also whimsical, which is to your brand. And
professional whimsy. We need more of that.
that's the epitome of of everyone here at Helium. We are professionally
maybe
whimsical.
more whimsy than professional, but yeah.
When we play Goober Dash, we get unchained.
I think
Anyway,
it's unhinged.
All of Tinker is used and trained. It's AI trained on Shopify's huge swath of data. And again, it's free currently, so get out there and use it before they start charging for it. Thank you so much for joining me, man.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Stay classy, San Diego. We'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe. Bye.